Well, hello, YouTube and Facebook folks. Tommy here with AldermanFarms. Patty will be joining us momentarily. Let me help her have her computer ready. Thanks for joining us this evening. Got a busy show, lots to talk about, which is kind of unusual. Especially when we're as busy as we have been, and we hadn't been any less busy this week. Mama's in the house. Raise your hand, Mama.
There she is.
I didn't see it.
Raise it up high.
Raise it up high, Mama. There it is. Getting old, she said. Kind of hard to get that hand up very high. Darlene Thompson on Facebook says, just walked with a friend in the park, hiding some painted rocks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's
the farmer's market will be next week too, so
pretty good trend.
Yep. Anyway, we've been rushing. I can't seem to get supper ready before 7.
Before showtime?
Yeah, before. So we just ate.
We probably got supper in our teeth.
I hope not. Quit that. Gross. Anyway, we've had some busy few days here.
There's Jeff. Everybody say hey to little Jeff head.
Then I'm looking for Jeff. All right, let me see.
There's Michael.
Hey, Nunda. Back to Eden Instant Shop. Hey, Kim and Billy.
I should have wore a darker shirt. Our little lower thirds are kind of blending in. So does my beard. It kind of blends in with my lavender shirt.
Yeah.
I might go change while you're saying hey.
Are you serious?
Yeah, go put them all on my farm shirt. I am. Be right back. Ooh. If I can get my foot out.
He's had to be working in the office today, so he had to dress different than he normally dresses. So he was joining the working world. So anyway, hey Tim, hey BJ Stacy. Anyway, I am still struggling trying to get plants in the thing we have. High tunnel. Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Anyway, I planted, but I'm having an issue out there. I can't hardly see these little pictures down here to show you. I planted tomato plants out there, and I also planted some seeds. And I've never planted tomato plants by seeds. And I was pleased that they came up and everything, but don't get me. I started tomatoes by seeds in the greenhouse, but I've never just planted seeds straight in the garden. And I did this time just because it's so warm, and I thought, that it would be a good idea. But I'm having a hard time finding a picture that I want to show you. I may not even have it on here. I'm just going to click one. That's lettuce. That's not the picture I was looking for. I sent these to Tommy, and there it is. There's the picture. Anyway, you can see the picture closest to you is one of the ones I planted by seed, and then the one behind it is the one I had planted seeds in the greenhouse. And I'm having an issue that something is eating my little seedlings as they're coming up.
And it's not goats.
Yeah, it's not goats. I think I've noticed an overabundance of grasshoppers this year, and so I'm thinking it's grasshoppers. Some of my little seedlings, some of my kale that I've planted, they were small seedlings, and they've been eating on that too. So I don't know. We're having a field day here in a couple of weeks, and I just don't know. Really, less than 2 weeks, I think. And I wanted to have it full growing and everything, but I don't believe it's going to be. So anyway, that just can't be helped.
Yeah, speaking of the field day, it's put on by the NRCS, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, which through whom we got the grant for the high tunnel, our fence, and the water facilities. So if you're within driving distance,
they'll be talking about, different programs that they have. We've got the fencing and the high tunnel and the watering pads. So
might even be somebody that can talk about grasshoppers.
Maybe so. Hey, Jan. Backyard Eden says cutworms, but no, it's really I don't believe it's cutworms. They're just they're eating like on the plants, and I don't see them, And I think the plants are so small. I think I would see the cutworms.
Little bitty plants.
Yeah,
right?
some of them are little bitty, and like the very top of the tomato is gone. And I mean, when they were only about that tall, there's just a little stem sticking up now. So I'm not sure. Tim said, "How many tomatoes have we planted?" And I really don't know.
That many.
I may have 20 of the one kind, and then I put about that many seeds out. But I'm not going to have. I'm not even going to have 30 tomato plants out there. So I mean, and this was kind of our experiment. We've never planted in the high tunnel, and it's definitely different. There's a learning curve, but I do have my cucumbers are doing good. They took off. This is the Monica cucumber. They don't need a pollinator. And Jenny from Pratt Family Homestead is the one that told me about these, and they're a pretty cucumber. And so I'm excited about those. And they're I thought you could see a flower in this picture, but I guess you can't. But anyway, this is some radishes, and they're looking good. I was going to go ahead and click through the pictures.
That's fine.
Okay. They'll be ready for market whenever.
Oh, you can actually see little radishes in there.
Yeah. I may need to go ahead and pick some for us to eat because they're looking good. The banana plants are doing good. You can see that tall thing sticking out of that one. It's
on the left, the plant on the left.
Yeah, it's just growing taller.
That's all new, and that's all. Every bit of that is new growth since they were transplanted into there.
Yeah, so they're doing good. The green beans are doing good. They've made it all the way up to the top of the cattle panels. No flowers yet. I'm hoping to get flowers soon. I was really hoping to have more green beans for the opening of the market, which that opens in 2 weeks from this Friday.
And that's about 50 feet.
Is it 2 weeks from this Friday?
What day?
A week from Friday. It's
Is
a
it
week from Friday. Yeah.
Wow.
And look, and I took a picture. This is the very top of the cattle panel, and that's how tall they are. And we're going to run a wire or something up there, but not as high as we can, because then it's going to be hard to pick. So they're doing good. Here's another picture of the tomatoes. They're growing slower than I thought. Some things seem like they really took off, and then some things, the tomatoes seem like they're growing slower.
You think we need to fertilize again?
I think we should probably put some fertilizer on them. This is some squash that I planted out here.
And when I say fertilizer, we're talking about manure, goat manure and stuff.
Yeah.
Not chemical fertilizer, natural fertilizer from right here on the farm.
Yep. And then this is just a view of the whole high tunnel. It's still looking really nice. There is some grass. If you notice right here on the lettuce, you can see that down towards the front of the picture. That's grass or weeds, and there's some in there. The bright green is the lettuce. So, I'm sorry, sorry about that. But anyway, so it's all coming along real good. I'm really pleased with the progress of it. It is different. It is a learning curve for me. Let me see. I have a few questions. Tim. That's why Tim said that you only said 30 tomato plants. So that's why I only got 30.
She said only 30 plants.
Oh. Yeah, I really did say only 30. That's all that's in there. I mean, if that many is in there, that may not even be in there. Hey, City Girl, Country Heart. Let's see. Country Homestead Preacher said, what's the name of the cucumber again? It's Monica.
With a K, right? Monika,
yeah.
I think. Monika.
Yeah. And let's see. That's only for the fall, Tim. Thank you, Country Girl. Country Heart.
While you're looking, let me show this picture again. And Patty talked about that there's some grass. Yeah, but look at where the grass ain't. Here's my favorite thing about the high tunnel so far. Yes, where the drip tape is, we're having a little bit of grass we're going to have to deal with. But look in between the rows.
Yeah.
Ain't none.
It's
Ain't
really,
none.
really doing good.
So it's amazing how grass doesn't grow where no water gets, so that's advantageous, and I'm excited about that. And we will eventually, we were just talking about this the other day, we're going to eventually mulch all of that in between the rows and try to build the soil everywhere in there, so that, because Patty's already talked about maybe in the spring, I think you talked about rearranging the rows.
Yeah, we're going to rearrange the rows a little bit because those rows that are on the edge, Sugar Bear, hush. The rows that are on the edge, if you put her outside, she's just going to bark too.
Put her on the deck.
No, just hold her. Mama's eating her supper still.
Yeah, Mama's eating,
so the dogs know that. But anyway, it's really, really staying moist on the edges from the rain. In fact, if you notice in some of the pictures, I had the sidewalls down because it rained today, and it actually started raining when I went over there. Why was I over there? Oh, when I was walking this morning, and so I went ahead and put the sides down because the water was coming in. So, but anyway, I got some other pretty pictures too. I don't know if we've told y'all yet though. Oh, why did it go black?
I don't know why it went black.
Anyway, can you hear me? Oh, there we are again.
Yeah, they can hear us. I don't know what's wrong with that photograph.
Oh, but we've moved our turkey gobbler. Go ahead and just go on the next one.
Wait. All right, here we go. I'm going to put it up one more time.
Look fast.
Look fast. Pay attention. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Huh.
We've got our pigs and our goats moved out front.
No.
I mean, our pigs and our turkeys moved out front. And he was strutting around today, so I just thought I'd take a picture. He was so pretty. And you can see I guess he's molted some, so his tail feathers have to fill in a little bit. And then here's the girl. We only have one girl. We didn't realize it, but something came over when we had them over in the barn, and must have gotten 2 of our turkey hens.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, we know they got one.
Yeah, we know they got one. I was hoping the other one was sitting somewhere and she was going to show up, but she hadn't showed up, and it takes about 30 days for their eggs to hatch, so something must have happened to them. So I've already collected, I've got 4 turkey eggs now, so we're going to be incubating turkey eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I need to think about it, though, because we really don't need to start them until we get back.
She's laid them out here?
Uh-huh, in the nest box.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yep, and get this. They had stopped laying in their nest boxes because some of them did. Something was coming in there getting the eggs. And so they had quit laying in the nest boxes and started laying out in the tall grass. Well, they've started laying back in the nest boxes, and I think they've been molting too. They just hadn't been laying good. And anyway, so I collected 8 eggs today.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did. That's counting the turkey egg. Turkey's been laying every day for the last 4 days.
Thanks, Tim. Tim posted a link on Facebook. Maybe he did over there too. I don't know. To the Monica cucumber seeds
good.
at rareseeds.com, Baker Creek. What I was going to hold my finger up was you talking about something getting the eggs. Well, I ordered a trap from Big Bear Homestead. I don't know if you knew you could order traps, and they're very different types of traps, and they're very reasonably priced. And I've ordered a coon cuff, because I think it's a coon, just by the way it's happening. And I haven't had a chance to even take it out of the box. That's what my schedule's has looked like. And I'm going to take it out of the box. At his advice, I'm going to paint it white because he said coons, rather than, you're not trying to hide it from them, you're trying to attract them to it. And so I'll be videoing that and giving Big Bear and them a shout out. And because Jason knows all there is to know about various predators. So if you're not familiar with Big Bear Homestead, go check it out. He's got several predators on the Homestead series, and he will actually be with us in a couple of weeks in Front Royal, Virginia.
Yes, I'm so excited.
At the 2018 Homesteaders of America Conference, and he'll actually be doing demo. I started to say hands-on demos. I don't know if it's hands-on. His hands will be on.
Yeah, well, he actually brings traps and shows how they work and everything, and he sells traps there. And that's a great opportunity if you do need any kind of traps or anything to pick them up at the show. You don't have to pay shipping at the conference. So.
Plus, he's like personal best BFFs with Joel Salatin.
Oh, hey, Sherry.
Kind of an inside joke there.
Anyway, Jan asked if I have done soil tests since I've got the manure in the high tunnel. No, we have not done them. I've been up there one time and I forgot to bring soil with me, so I need to get that done. And also, Nunda says she caught a cat coming out of her hen house with an egg in its mouth.
No way. A house cat?
I don't know. She just said a cat. Thanks, Jan. Let's see.
Wow. I didn't know
Backyard Eden says, a sustainable homestead says that he would like to know how that trap works out. He has something getting his ducks. So
I will. I'll let you know. We'll keep you posted if I ever get it out of the box and.
Well, and I was going to say this too. I did notice that there was one in the nest box, so you could see shells in there, because I think whatever it is comes during the day too. But I have been ever since we've had the pigs in there. I've been getting more eggs, and so I'm thinking that the pigs are keeping whatever it is scared off.
Maybe so.
So we may not catch anything in the trap but see, the pigs haven't found the eggs except for maybe that one that was crushed. So anyway.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe pigs are good egg guardians. Who'd have thought it?
Well,
they don't know they're in there because they'll eat them.
Yeah, they would eat them.
But
Nunda says it wasn't her cat. She don't know if it was feral or not. So
yeah, well, it must have. I'm guessing maybe so because I don't know. I've never heard of a cat. That's interesting information.
Yeah, I've heard of cats eating eggs, but not like carrying them around or anything. Like they suck. I think they say they suck eggs or something. I don't know.
Never seen it.
Hey, Heaven's Gates Cherry Farm. And Tim says 15 days to the conference.
Very nice. Very nice. Tim, you bringing your golf cart? We were thinking about that last week, I think.
Yep, that's right.
Tim is the most popular man at the conference, especially and that's going to be especially true by about midway through day 2 this year.
Hey, Craig Smith.
Hey, Farm Craig.
Now, where is that picture? I grabbed one of Craig's pictures. Where is it? I didn't load it up?
No, you didn't load it.
Oh, well, I thought I did.
Well, you can still load it.
I had done a picture of Craig's pumpkins.
Oh, man, that was a great picture. All right, Sugar Ray, I'm going to give you a chance, but if you start hollering, I'm coming to get you.
Let me find it and see if I can get it loaded up right quick. But Craig grows pumpkins every year, and he brings them to the market, and they are just—it's
a beautiful display.
Oh yeah, they're so pretty, so pretty. So let me see if I can get this over to Tommy right quick, and then he can put it up there. He can work his magic that I don't have a clue how to do.
All right, but you're gonna have to talk while I do it.
But
all right, it should be up there.
Anyway, so I'm getting excited about the farmers market. I'm a little nervous about it because I have lots that I need to do to prepare to get started going again with the farmers market, and also to get going again with to get ready to go to the conference. So I'm just kind of getting a little nervous with my time. I actually got did I tell you I got my PowerPoint done today?
No.
Yes, I did. I got my PowerPoint done for the conference, and so are they seeing it now?
No, they're not.
You're fixing it bigger.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I feel much better since I've gotten that out of the way, and because that makes me a little bit nervous because I'm not one.
Oh, you got it finished?
Well, yeah, you need to check over it and everything, but I think I have it finished. So you'd be proud of me. I've never done a PowerPoint before.
Nice.
I did it.
Ready for Craig's pumpkin?
All right, here's Craig's pumpkin picture. I stole it off of Facebook. Isn't that pretty? Last year, I think it was it last year before, I had 3 of them, and I got 3 different colors and 3 different sizes, and they stacked up. You see the way they're shaped? They're easy to stack on top of each other if you cut like that stem off. And so I had a display on my table. and it was so pretty. I think I had an orange, a green, and a white.
I don't remember.
So, but they were so pretty. So he does a great job planting pumpkins.
Craig said he finally got all of them picked, and they turned out really good. So
Oh, good.
I'm not repeating that, Tim Beverly. Sorry.
Oh,
He said it over there, too. He's trying hard to get
Tim's
somebody.
being ugly.
Tim's being ugly.
He's being ugly, the poor
Don't be ugly.
Amy. Oh, thank you,
let's
Living
see.
Garden. I was scared to cut mine too, but I'm liking it. It's so much easier.
I'm liking it, too.
Yeah, Tommy likes it.
All right. Ready to talk about a little football?
Yes, I guess so.
We had a great time last weekend. I've been promising Tomas for a couple of years now. Tomas will be 7 next month. Man, he'll be 7 years old next month.
Yep.
In a couple of years, we've been talking about taking him to an LSU football game. 'Cause everybody needs to go to LSU one time to see a game at least in their life. And we did that. We had a great time. Here's a picture. This is a great picture we took outside the stadium.
No, and it looked like it was going to storm
Yeah,
so
it
bad.
did. Did you see the clouds on the back side of the stadium? It was getting really, really dark and ugly for a while.
We really had a fun time.
Walking up to the, this is one of my favorite pictures right here. And probably none of our viewers will have any idea who this is, but we're walking up, and we saw not a bunch, but a number of LSU baseball players. And I didn't want to go bother him, but then I saw this guy. That's Todd Peterson, known as #the legend. Todd Peterson is like a closer for the LSU baseball team. He's a guy that comes in when LSU's got a lead in a baseball game, like in the 8th inning to shut the door, just.
And I recognized him, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
But I recognized him.
And he's very good as a closer. He's a great pitcher. So a closer means they come in and close the door. They're unhittable, for like 2 innings or whatever. Well, last year, and because my memory's terrible, I can't remember when it was. I don't remember if it was in the College World Series or what, but somehow Todd Peterson,
He was in the College World Series.
I think it was, and we were depleted with injuries and all that kind of stuff, and so normally pitchers don't bat, right? They get the designated hitter hits in the pitcher's place because pitchers focus on pitching. Well, Peterson was begging to hit, and the coach Maneri had asked him, I guess, did you do any hitting in high school? He said, Coach, man, I hit bombs in high school. I hit bombs in high school. Anyway, he talked Maneri into letting him bat, and he comes up and he strokes a double. I mean, I'm talking about strokes a double down into the third baseline corner, I think, and he makes it out to second base, and he raises his hands up looking at the dugout like, did I tell you or what? So then in the post-game news conference with the coach sitting there, it comes out that he made all that up.
No. He just never did it in the game. It was in batting practice.
Yeah, it was in batting practice.
Batting practice.
Yeah, and he did bat in the game some, and his batting average was
He didn't
like
have a very good
awful. He's like 1 for 6 or something like that for the
Yeah.
So
but he really did hit good in batting practice.
it's one of my all-time favorite LSU sports moments was when he hit that double, and I told him that when we walked up there and talked to him, and he couldn't have been nicer to us to let us take a picture, and he was very accommodating.
Real sweet guy.
And I had no idea that he's approximately 12 and a half feet tall.
He is so tall.
Yeah, I had no, because you don't know looking on TV, and I guess they're all that tall because I've never noticed him being so much taller than everybody else.
Right.
So, let's see. So you guys know that Tomas went to the U.S. Open tennis tournament in New York with his dad. By the way, he's got footage that I just hadn't had time to edit, but I'm going to.
He asked him last night about it.
He asked me, he FaceTimed me last night wanting to know because he's ready to watch it. But I just hadn't had time, and it's a lot. But in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, they got big video boards, right? And so they do they in between points or whatever, they play music and they scan the audience and put people dancing up on the big boards. Well, Tomas was like the star of the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
They put him
Like
on
8 times.
Like 8 times they put him on the
Yeah.
big board, and we think he made it to ESPN, but we can't find it. So anyway, LSU's got big video boards, and they do the same thing, but not for for the same length of time.
Often, yeah.
So every single time, Tomas hopped up and was doing his version of the floss, trying to get on the big board. Oh, that's not what this is. Doggone it.
That's
We don't know these people, all these high-fiving people. They were just LSU fans, and Tomas was right there in the middle of them, and high-fiving and jumping up and down and clapping.
That's when he started tapping. He started doing his tap dancing. He
Oh, is
said
that
he
what
has
he's
to
doing?
tap.
I'm talking about he had a great time. Now, this is late in the game when Patty's back had gotten to bother her,
Oh,
so
yeah.
she sat down on the bottom and leaned her
And
back.
I think that's why my back is hurting today.
Because you sat like that?
No, because I sat so long in the stands.
Now, this
there's
is-
this version of the robot.
Yeah, but he wasn't trying to get on the big board here. He was just doing the robot there. And this is one of my favorite photos. Look at that. What a good shot. He's just such a handsome little fella. We didn't get to see Mike the Tiger. For
No,
those of you
we
that don't
didn't.
know, we did get to see this Mike the Tiger. Pre-game, a friend of ours got us hooked up with entrance into the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, which was nice and cool in there, comfortable chairs, and the band always comes in and performs, and the dancing ladies, as Tomas calls them.
Or used to call it.
Yeah, and we also did get to see this tiger, and I don't think I brought down the funny pictures of Tomas putting his head in his mouth, but Mike the Tiger, those of you that don't know, there's a good shot of the impending clouds. That don't know, LSU has a live mascot. It's a live Bengal tiger. And it's like the coolest live mascot on the planet. And he's got a huge enclosure. In fact, it's behind us in this picture. It's a huge, he lives high on the hog. And but he didn't come out. This is us, what, baby?
Oh, I thought you were showing pictures.
No. This is us after the game, I think, walking out with Tiger Stadium behind us. And y'all, I got to show y'all this. All right, so this photo is funny because, and I'll give you, it's not going to do it for some reason.
We're having technical problems.
Yeah, there's something to do with where I took that photo from. All right, so I'm just going to have to talk you through this. So you see the young lady to the left of Tomas's head there photobombing us on this photo.
And we saw that right away.
We saw it happen, and
Yeah.
she
It was
was
funny.
Oh yeah, she was a sweetheart, and she enjoyed Tomas for like the whole game, and we just chatted with her, and it was all fun. Well, not until, when was it, yesterday, I think, or maybe day before, might have been Tuesday. I noticed if you look above Patty's head and above my head, look at that guy smiling, that little grin looking at the camera. That is like a ninja level photobomb right there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely perfect. And if you zoom in, it's just his facial expression is absolutely perfect. So I think that's all the LSU shots that I had. But it also, so it was great fun. Tomas loved it. Mm-hmm. We had to walk a long way from our parking and all that.
A long way.
But it also turned into quite the adventure.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So,
Yeah.
traffic is a nightmare. I say it wasn't really a nightmare. It really moved pretty well.
Yeah,
right?
it really wasn't that bad.
There was 100,000 people, 90-something. It was sold out. It seats 102,000, but there were a few empty seats. And by the time we left, we stayed to the very end, and a good bit of the crowd had already left. But anyway, you get it. Tens of thousands of people trying to leave there. And but it flowed pretty well. And so we decided, the plan was to drive to Denham Springs, Louisiana, which was going to be, kind of on our way home. stay at a hotel because we knew we were going to get there about 11 o'clock at night.
Should have taken 30 minutes. With traffic, it took us an hour.
Yeah. And,
well, of course, we went across the Mississippi River.
Yeah, we went across. I missed the turn. We went across the Mississippi River Bridge.
Well, we got out of traffic, so.
Which Tomas did not want to do.
No. He was like, I don't want to go on that. It's that big metal bridge, you know. So, it's
so let me tell you about the mercy of God and how He orchestrates little things. So it was 11 something, 11:30, I don't know.
It was 11-ish, yeah.
Oh, the plan was spend the night at the hotel, get up bright and early, and drive back for church the next day here in Brookhaven. And we get to the hotel, what did we say, 11:30-ish? Something like that?
No, it was around 11. We saw where the hotel was. We decided to go to McDonald's. And
so, Patty decided to go to McDonald's.
I was hungry.
But I'm glad she was, because here's what happened next. The McDonald's, you could see it. It was right across the main drag. So we go over there, and we get in the drive-thru, which was not really long, but it was just unbelievably slow. I think they may have been having technical issues with the stuff.
I don't think it was that slow.
Well, it was. We were there a good few minutes. And that truck that was in one of them never did move until we got all the way past it. Anyway, it was pretty slow. We place our order. We get up close to the window, and the car in front of us had big pipes sticking out the back, and we started smelling something, kind of like it was burning. And we had naturally, because of those big pipes on that car, thought we were smelling it from that car. Mm-hmm. But the car pulled off, and it didn't dissipate. It got worse. We pull up to the drive-thru window, and I asked the little guy, "Do you smell that?" "Yeah, I smell it." I said, "You think it's coming from us?" And, "Well, you got smoke coming out from under your hood."
I was seeing smoke, and I was trying to get Tommy to see it, and then Tommy asked the guy.
Yeah, and then once he said that, I could see it. So we're like, man. So anyway, we pulled off to the little parking lot there, to a parking space, and got out. And bottom line is the cooling fan that draws air through the radiator was stopped, and we did some Google research and figured it could have been a fuse, and I found the fuse, and sure enough, the fuse was blown. It was a 50-amp fuse. I said, well. So then I was walking at midnight all over Denham Springs. I bet I walked, I don't know, a mile and a half to every little gas station I could find to see if they had one. I said, man, I really need a truck stop. Well, the truck stop was on the other side of the interstate, about a mile away, so I called an Uber. And she came and got me, and she brought me down there, and I said, "Will you wait right here and bring me back, and then I'll pay you?" She said, "Sure." So I walked in there, and they had 20s, 30s, 40s, and 60-amp fuse. I got me a 60-amp fuse, and I said, all I need to do is get to the hotel, and anyway, got it in there. That wasn't it. So the next morning we said, well, we can't drive back to Mississippi without checking this out. So it was a Sunday, and we went to AutoZone, got them to plug it up to see what the deal was, and it was a fan. It showed that the fan relay was bad. And to make a long story short, especially on a Sunday, Napa wasn't open. Napa's the only one who would have had it.
And they didn't have it. Online, they didn't have it.
Online, they didn't have it.
Couldn't find it anywhere.
So we ended up driving it to we happened to be very close to the Dodge dealership, actually the place where we bought my truck. Did you realize that? And,
I thought it was.
And so we ended up, they were closed and had gates. So we took a risk and had to just write a note and lock it up in the car and park the car out there and tell them we'd call them the next day. And it's probably the third time I've said, long story short, it ended up being under warranty, and it's fixed, and now we got to figure out how to get down there and go get it.
It's fixed.
But very quickly I'll say this. This is what I said a minute ago, how good God is. If Patty hadn't decided to go to McDonald's, we would have parked that vehicle at the hotel without no idea. And
not realizing.
And we may have never realized that we had a problem.
Until it was on the interstate on the way home the next morning.
Yeah, until we were like way up the interstate somewhere. Yeah. So thank you, Lord, for your mercy.
And honestly, it could have burnt the engine up because going down the interstate, we might not have seen the smoke. And you might not have noticed that little gauge thing. So
now, on the flip side, the smoke may have only been, I think what happened was the wiring harness to the thing burn up, because I think that's what I smelled, the smell of burning plastic and wire. So I don't think that the car was, I don't think the car would have overheated
having to
because,
replace wiring.
yeah, I did find something that said one thing that happens is the wiring harnesses burn up.
Well, I know, but they didn't tell me they replaced wiring harnesses. They just said whatever I told you.
Well, they said the fan
module.
assembly module, which includes
Fan
a wiring
module.
harness, I think.
So, anyway, it was a blessing. And y'all, if y'all sent me, if y'all ask us a question or anything, send it again, because every time I scroll up, it bumps back down. I had some things pulled up, and I can't even remember what it was now. So, Rock's Corner said, did I cut my hair? Initially, no. I had it cut, but I've cut it about 3 times since then, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, but,
It was a good start, maybe. But
yeah.
yeah. Patty had to whittle on it herself to get it like she
whittle on
wanted.
it. So, anyway. Well, have y'all seen what's new with us? Tommy made a post today on Facebook about what's something new that we've been doing. Anybody have any guesses or no?
Holla! Meg Holla's watching. Hey, Meg. Hey, Richard. Tony, Jerry.
How are y'all?
Any guesses? What's new with us? What I posted about it today. About what something.
And he didn't ask me because I wasn't going to post anything. I was going to tell y'all first.
Oh, sorry.
But see, that's me and that's him, you know.
Sorry.
No guesses. Huh. So. And you've had, now, Kim Farmer must not be on here anymore because she knows.
Yeah, Kim knows. Was she here earlier?
Uh-huh.
There it is. Diana got it. Diana at Justice Acres. My Fitness Pal. We've had enough of the being unfit. Back in 2009, 2010, I lost 82 pounds. I used to weigh 230 pounds and have a 46-inch waist. I lost 82 pounds over about a 2-year period, I think, and 16 inches from my waist. And then I had knee surgery, then my calf muscle popped, and next thing you know, I lost my mojo. And so since about 2011 to now.
And we started eating bad.
Again, and I had gained about.
Thanks, Green Gables.
About 45 or almost 50 of that back, and of the 82 that I lost. And Patty actually started this.
Yeah, I started a little over 2 weeks ago. I had been thinking about it, and I thought, I've got to do something. I just keep gaining and going higher and higher and higher. And so, BJ says she wants to know if I'm pregnant. No, not pregnant. Anyway, I didn't start with the Fitness Pal, but I did go back and update it because I like having everything on there where I can go back and see it. I just started writing everything down in this book right here, which is perfectly fine, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to write my recipes in here because I forget, and then it's kind of complicated having to go back and look and to figure out your recipes and stuff like that. But anyway, so I started counting calories. I looked up on the internet to see how many calories night Tim I'm supposed to have, and of course I don't want to lose a pound a week. I want to lose 2 pounds a week. I'm going to do it and get it over with, you know. So I did it to lose 2 pounds a week, and so I can have 1,200 calories. And I know some people are freaking out saying, that's not that much, but it's really been plenty. I eat a couple of eggs in the morning for breakfast. I may or may not have a snack between breakfast and lunch. I eat around a 300-calorie lunch, 300-calorie supper, maybe not quite as much, because I still like to have chocolate ice cream, but only 2/3 a cup at a time, not 2 cups at a time. And
you had you dealt with a little hunger at first, but since then you haven't, right?
Well, the reason I've had those 2 hungry days is because I wasn't getting the right amount of protein. And that's what I like about Fitness Pal. It shows, it tracks all that stuff, and I kept saying, well, my gosh, how am I supposed to get enough protein and stay under my calories, but it is possible, but you just have to kind of learn it. Salads with dressing on it really don't help you much because it also shows the bad cholesterol stuff, and I was really having a hard time with it, trying to figure out, because I wanted everything to be right, and everything not going to be right all the time, but I have been able to stay within my calories or a little below, and especially I started walking. I started out walking a half a mile to a mile, and already I'm up to a little over 2 miles now. So that's really helping tremendously. So.
And look, here's what's wrong with us people. And I mean you too, us and you.
Well,
we eat too much. That this is not. It ain't rocket science. We're eating good food. We're eating real food.
Well, we've got pictures too. Since we
do. Let's show the pictures of what we're eating.
Oh, I meant to pull up to find the calories to all this, and I didn't do it. This was my lunch today, so I can tell you that pretty easily.
What is it?
That is bell pepper casserole, oven not fried okra, and pickled beets. And let's see, that was 232 calories.
And that's not a saucer, that's a regular sized plate.
No, that's a little bit smaller plate, but it's filled up.
Well, but it's a plate. My point is it's not a saucer.
Right. And, I did get a little hungry this afternoon, and I had made up some tuna fish with an egg or two in it. I have to put 2 eggs in it. And I only put a tablespoon or 2, I've got it written down, of mayonnaise in it, and I'm using the olive oil mayonnaise. I'd switched to that about 6 months ago because my cholesterol was kind of being on the high side, and it's got less cholesterol in it. And I put onion in it, and then I've got some crackers, and so that's what I just had my little snack of. Now that was actually, I tried to do that for lunch yesterday. I won't do that again. That wasn't enough. I had to eat some fried rice later, so. I got hungry. I'm not going to be hungry. I had enough calories. Now this was delicious. This is, I was thinking about these pancakes when Lisa, I always want to say Calhoun, but that's not her name. Callahan. Showing her pretty pancakes. I made these. This is some wheat pancakes with some blueberry syrup that I made. And so that was my breakfast one morning.
And you remember how many calories?
I don't. I'll have to look it up.
Oops, sorry.
This is a dessert I made. My sister was here, Evie, and she made what you call a dump cake, where you put like apples or something or canned fruit on the bottom, and you put a sprinkle of cake mix over the top, and then you put pats of butter all over it. Well, I figured the calories up on that, and just for one serving would have been like 243 calories. And see, I'm just not willing to go there for a little bitty piece. And I thought, I can make that, and it'll be less calories. So do you remember?
I don't
remember how many calories that is, but that's what, I've been doing stuff. If I'm hungry for something, I make it myself. I mean, if it's worth it, I can have it, but I would rather eat a whole cup of grapes and not, and I'm going to tell you what my problem was. My problem, I did overeat to a certain extent, not hugely, but I did overeat. But my biggest problem was chocolate kisses, Silver Bells.
Yeah.
That was my
and chocolate ice cream.
Well, if I just would have eaten the ice cream, I would have been okay. No, both were bad.
And when we ate ice cream, we would eat ginormous heaping bowls of ice cream instead of. I mean, we can still eat ice cream. You can eat ice cream, but just eat a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
And eat it slowly.
The apple blueberry cobbler.
You got 4. You got number of 4 right there.
Yeah, but something's not right about this. I don't know.
It's because you need to put 1 there to see how many.
I don't know. Yeah. Was it 169 calories for a piece of my apple blueberry cobbler?
And it was not like it wasn't as big as you would get like of a slice of pie in a restaurant.
Right.
But it was enough. So,
you know.
I think you got this one here too, right?
Yeah, that's another plate of food I made. Now, I don't remember. That's a chicken thigh and
Oh, there's one more.
I think cabbage and okra and mashed potatoes.
So we're eating good. This is what we ate for supper
that was
tonight.
our supper, yeah. I made I had a little bitty deer roast, and so I cooked it, and so we had deer roast, mashed potatoes, gravy, pea. I was surprised that sweet peas don't have a lot of calories. I was expecting them to have a lot of calories, but they don't have a lot of calories.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, the Living Garden says pasta is their weakness. Yes, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I made spaghetti, chicken and spaghetti in red sauce, and the gravy's no big deal. It's not. I don't think it's 100 calories for a half a cup of it. I think it's 77 calories for a half a cup the way I made it. But the pasta noodles, me and Tommy just ate this much that night, which we weren't hungry. That was Sunday night when because we ate at McDonald's. But, you know, even though we ate out at the football game and we did eat lunch at McDonald's, a little too much. I think I didn't go over my total calories, but I went over the 1,200. But I get the walking calories, so I don't think I went over there. But
It tracks your exercise, and you get to eat more the more you exercise.
yeah, but I don't count that. I don't eat more. I stay under my 1,200. But anyway, you know, it still wasn't bad. Now, it took me some time to get back, but and I learned a lesson too. Don't eat boiled peanuts. They don't really make you gain weight, but it makes you gain weight because you swell up. So
yeah, because
I won't do that again. I was so excited.
They're so good.
I was so excited, but I won't eat boiled peanuts while I'm trying to.
What's this picture here? You uploaded it.
I just took a picture. That was me the day I started, and then this is me this morning.
Walking in the rain. That's not sweat. That's rain.
Some of it's sweat.
Yeah, some of it's sweat.
Sometimes my hair looks like that from sweat.
But so you started. You said how long ago?
13 days ago.
Is that all? I'm only 1 day behind you.
You've been doing it for.
I've been doing it for 12 days, according to MyFitnessPal.
Well, you haven't really been doing it though.
Yes, I have.
No, let's see.
Oh, maybe not. Well, whatever. You're right. Maybe you're right about that, which is even more encouraging to me. Because I have lost in less than 12 days. What do you want to say? 10? How many days after I loaded it did I start? Is that true? Man, I've lost 7.8 pounds in approximately 10 days. And I'm not hungry, but I've been exercising. I haven't been able to walk as long as Patty in the mornings because I've had to be somewhere else and it's dark. But we actually talked about, hey, tomorrow morning if we do this again, we'll start before daylight comes and wear our headlamps.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to do. Now, I'm actually walking well over 2.5 miles a day because at the job location I'm at, I have to do a bunch of walking between 2 or 3 offices. And I do it briskly. Plus, we walked, Carly-Ann, 3 blocks today to go eat lunch. Carly-Ann didn't do that, but we went to eat lunch where Carly-Ann is working, and it's about 3, maybe 4 blocks from the sheriff's office.
I started on September 12th is when I started.
Okay, you started on September 12th.
Yeah, and
today is the 27th.
Yeah.
So you've had more than.
It's 15 days.
And you said 13.
I was taking one away instead of adding one.
Oh, so in 15 days, Patty has lost
8 pounds.
8 pounds. And
I'm so glad I started before him because he's almost caught up with me. I would have been very discouraging.
And by in the morning I may have. But it's not her fault. It's because men seem to be able to lose weight easier than women. And I'm most proud of her for this. She's drinking water now. Like she should.
He's always thought I should be drinking a ton of water.
You know how many ounces I drank yesterday?
I'm drinking 4 of these a day. 112 ounces.
You know how many ounces I drank yesterday?
You're going to get water toxicity.
Nah. I drank 200 ounces. I drank 202 ounces of water yesterday.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's only 100 more than he's technically supposed to.
So, but, the thing I found about water is the more water you drink, the more water I want. It makes you want water. I want some now.
Christy Bett says she gets cravings for salty snacks more than sweets.
Me too.
I have been, I guess I'm a snacker, like sitting there watching TV at night and everything. I just kind of want to munch on something, and that's what, I want. And see, I like to eat sunflower seeds. And one night I did eat me a few sunflower seeds, but not many, just to be snacking on something salty. But it's like, I just need to break the habit, I guess, of just snacking because, I don't need to. I'm not hungry.
So, Patty's a lot more private than I am, so respect her privacy. This ain't for her. I'm on MyFitnessPal. Look me up. We can encourage each other. Don't bother me a bit. But don't bother Patty. She's private. So respect her privacy.
I'm going to be sharing some of my recipes to help encourage people.
Yeah.
I've been keeping track of my recipes and stuff like that, and I've been really surprised. I was really shocked when I started and I looked at the bag of the chocolate kisses, because I think 9 chocolate kisses have 200 calories, and I'm not exaggerating. I really think I was eating anywhere between 600 and 1,000 calories a day in chocolate kisses. I was really eating a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, and
it's hard to eat just one. And it wasn't even dark chocolate. What?
I said or 9.
Yeah, or 9.
Yeah, it's hard to eat just 9.
And where my problem came in was that I used to always eat chocolate at night before bed, which I know that's the wrong time to do it, but I've never had an issue, okay?
Yeah,
it's just been the last 5
which
years.
is weird because you can't drink tea with caffeine in it after noon.
I had gotten used to it.
Patty's always
sleeping better.
Patty's been sensitive to caffeine, but yet she could eat the chocolate at night and seem to not bother her.
Oh, Duncan, 1900 Homestead, said they lost 65 pounds, but it's taken over a year and a half. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
That is so good.
And that's the right way to do it, is to do it slowly with lifestyle changes.
That's right.
And our progress will slow down.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right.
What I found in my previous 2-year process of losing 82 pounds and 16 inches from my waist is that when you've got gobby fat, it burnt, in other words, it was accelerated weight loss at the beginning. Like for me right now, 7.8 pounds in 10 days is a lot. But that's going to slow down as my body gets right.
That's right. And what I plan on doing, because I don't want to gain it back, I had thought about taking a break after I lost 10 pounds. My goal is 20 pounds, maybe 25, we'll see. But I may wait and just till the Homestead Conference. Hopefully I'll have lost 10 pounds by then, but maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, you will.
But anyway, kind of take a break and just maintain, but I'll still count my calories to make sure I'm eating the amount of calories that I'm not going to gain any back while I'm maintaining. Give myself a break, give my body a break, and just do things, a little bit differently. Living Garden said, well, now y'all have inspired me. They're downloading the app tonight.
Great. It's not hard.
I know it just popped up on me. I don't know how y'all can know exactly how many calories are in these foods, but I'm going to figure it out. Well, you know what, Living Garden, I was shocked. It's really easy with the app and everything, but I was shocked at how many calories is in different food. Like, I've just made a choice. I'll eat a little piece of American cheese sometimes in some of my scrambled eggs, but as far as cheddar cheese, I haven't even eaten any of it. Yesterday I almost did, but I forget how many calories is in 1 ounce of it, and it's like a bunch. And it's just not worth it to me right now. I've gotten there. I have arrived that I want to lose weight, and that's the thing. You've got to get there, and once you're there, you've got your mind set on it, and it's not as hard to stick with it. And
MyFitnessPal's been around a long time, and so when you search for a food, you'll see that chances are somebody's already entered it in there, and so it's a lot. And also it's got a barcode scanner built into it. So anything like when we prefer our own lettuce, but when we don't have a lettuce harvest, we buy a spring garden mix in a big plastic box from Walmart. And it's got a barcode on it. Well, you take your MyFitnessPal, scan that barcode, it tells you everything you need to know. All the nutritional information, calories.
When you got to pick, how many servings, and you can put 0.5, you can do a half a serving and stuff like that. So it's just something to kind of, you can play around with it. It don't have to be perfect right at first, but, you can, what app, Country Homestead Preacher, MyFitnessPal.
MyFitnessPal, and if you're downloading it from the App Store on an iPhone, and I assume
somebody told him on
I assume the same in Android. That's all one word. MyFitnessPal, P-A-L. It's all one word run together. And
hey, Jen.
hey, send us an email if we can help you. Send us an email. Fitness@AldermanFarms.net. Fitness@AldermanFarms.net. And Patty alluded to this, and I don't know if she may think she said this, but I know she wants to say it. When she talked about sharing some of her recipes, she's talking about YouTube videos. She's going to do YouTube videos preparing.
Yeah, and I may put some out on Facebook just for ease too, like that. I had a few notes here, but we're out of time that I want to share with y'all some of the tricks that I've been doing. So maybe we'll just put it out on Facebook or something like that. So
that's my fault. I talk too much. Pratt Family Homestead is on now. I assume they are. So,
as far as we know they are.
As far as we know they are. So thank you guys. I apologize for rambling.
And hey, if y'all get on board, or if y'all are already on board, I know Kim Farmer told us today she's lost 30 pounds since April, which is amazing. Y'all send us a note or post it on the Facebook page, and we want to encourage one another. So I think it's great. It's fun to have everybody encouraging each other.
I agree.
Good night, y'all. What?
It should pick right back up. We're back.
Hello.
we saw that we saw somebody post that the Pratts aren't coming on, so we're back for a minute because I ran my mouth so much that Patty had some tips she wanted to share with you. So if you're still here, hang tight. And Patty will, we're back.
We're back. And I remember Mike saying, I think it's their 4-H thing tonight. And so they weren't sure if they were going to be able to fit everything in or not.
So just kidding.
Psych. Anyway, it's just some things that I've learned. Measure everything. Because you may think, like my coffee in the morning, I take a tablespoon of honey and a splash of milk. Well, I never realized how much milk it was, and it's not that much, but I would rather not use my calories in something I'm drinking.
It's whole milk.
Yeah, it's whole milk. So, I even measure my my milk that I put in there. So, it's the Meat Bird auction for the Pratts. That's right. That's what Nana was saying.
Here's a note. There's more calories in a tablespoon of honey than there is in a tablespoon of sugar.
Yeah, but I'm still opting to have my honey. I do have sugar, organic sugar, but, I try and have mostly honey.
Yeah, we prefer honey.
Anyway, I have noticed that 2 eggs a day really helps me a lot. It helps my metabolism. It helps me to stay full in the morning.
That's good protein.
And, it's good protein. That's how I've been able, because I told you that all the other little stuff at the bottom of the FitnessPal, one is fiber, and I'm like, how can I eat enough fiber? Because I'm thinking bread, grains, how am I going to get enough fiber? Eggs have fiber. I
think they're loaded with fiber, aren't they?
Yeah. So I can eat my fiber if I eat eggs.
Apples are loaded too.
Night, babe. Love you.
Night, baby. Love you.
No, they're not so loaded.
Really?
They have fiber, but they're not loaded.
Eggs are more loaded?
I think so. I don't know.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
I just know when
anyway.
I've eaten apples, my fiber hasn't been all the way up. Anyway. So I'm trying to get all the nutrients in all balance, not just my calories under control. I'm looking at all of that stuff too. It's been surprising. It rates the fats and the cholesterol and stuff like that, and sometimes I don't get enough good, but I get bad, and I think that's coming in on the ice cream, though.
Oh yeah,
I
probably.
think the ice cream's doing that to me. I'm not eating ice cream all the time, but I have had a few, 2/3 of a cup.
Sergeant Dan, what's up? Sergeant Dan from Brandon.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, I just blew your cover, Sergeant Dan.
And I told you I started off walking about a half mile to a mile, and I built up. So I've really been pleased with my walking. I have started walking and stopped walking, started and stopped.
She ain't talking about a leisurely stroll either.
No, as fast as I can do it.
Fast as you can do it?
And I'm one of those women that walk around doing her arm exercises like this.
Don't hit me in the
and
mouth.
And look really stupid. But I don't care, because I don't want to come back inside and have to exercise then inside. So I do it all at one time.
You forgot to show them one move that you do when you're walking.
Oh.
No, not that one.
I've been forgetting to do that one.
Not that one.
What one?
This one.
Oh, yeah, I walk like this. Can you see? I walk like this the first round to knock down all the spider webs.
We're not walking on the road. We got a little route that we
track.
take on the property. 2 times around is a mile, roughly. And this morning, though, on the second round, it blew Patty's mind. On the second round, walking the exact same spot.
That's because you were on my side, and I had to get on the side you'd been
Oh, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
She hit a spider web on the second round. Like, how did that happen? I said, they're quick.
Yeah. But also, and
Thanks,
one thing that's always seems to be a problem. You can eat whatever you want when you're on a diet, and I mean it's a diet. I don't have a problem saying I'm on a diet or I'm counting calories or whatever. But you may have to sacrifice something else, and I would rather be full than get chocolate right now.
Yeah.
So I don't like to be hungry, and not that I stay constantly full. I'm not constantly feeding myself. But I'm eating 3 meals a day, and I'm having usually 2 snacks a day, sometimes 3.
Back at the height of my fitness, when I went from a 46-inch waist to a 30-inch waist. I'm at a 36 now. But I was at a 30-inch waist. I didn't even have that in high school. I had a 32 in high school. So I was in the tip-top shape, P90X, insanity and all that. And somebody said, I read it somewhere, that nothing tastes as good as thin feels. And I'm going to tell you something. That's true, but it's easy to forget that. And I'm not to the point mentally yet where I can still think about delicious foods and all that, but I've turned the corner, because let me show you that plate of food that we had again tonight. This was our supper tonight, and for those of you joining late, that's a piece of a deer roast, mashed potatoes and gravy, sweet peas and green beans. And I told Patty, I said, you know what? Before we turn this corner mentally, wanting to be more sensible, that's all it is being sensible about what you eat. I would have eaten that plate of food, and then I would have walked back over there and got another one that looked just like it. Mm-hmm. I would have gone back and got seconds, and not like another little taste. I would have put the same amount on my plate and eaten it with no trouble at all. You know what I haven't had?
What?
Stomach issues.
Oh, you haven't, have you?
Nope. I have been dealing with some...
Oh, you know what I haven't had?
What?
Hot flashes. I'm serious. I was waking up at night sweating, and then all of a sudden I would feel like on my back just heat go up.
That's because you're drinking all that water, baby. You're putting the fire out.
I guess
Don't put it all the way out.
But anyway, Duncan says she hit a brick wall around the first year, and so she started keto, and they're back losing again. That's great. Tell them your secret. Tommy did the same thing. He was doing Weight Watchers, and
the secret I got from Sheila, from my sister. You talking about?
I don't know what secret it is. No.
Something like that?
No.
Oh, the bedtime secret?
Yeah, the bedtime.
Oh yeah. So what I would do, and I would like to do it now, but I would never eat anything within 3 hours before I went to bed. Let me rephrase that. That was clumsy. I would make sure to stop eating 3 hours before I went to bed. So that way, when I was sleeping at night, my body was going to be burning fat rather than digesting food and burning calories that were in my stomach.
And that really got him going
It
good.
really got me going good. Plus, another thing that really helped me, because I was terrible about never eating breakfast because I wasn't hungry. I would drink my cup of coffee and I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
But I read, and it made sense to me, that you need to eat a little something as soon as you get up almost, because that kickstarts your metabolism for the day. So those are my tips for you that will help you. Eat a little something, and my go-to thing is a banana. Get up, fix my coffee, eat me a banana, and start my coffee. So eat a little something first thing, as soon as your feet hit the floor, or as soon as practicable after that. And then don't eat anything within 3 hours of going to bed. And drink some water, maybe, before you go to bed. They always say it's a good idea to drink about 8 ounces of water before you go to bed. But
I tried. I don't want to do that. I'd be up 3 or 4 times a night.
I get up twice in the night usually to go potty because I drink so much water. But it's okay to me, because why do I drink so much water? What's the one reason? One of the reasons I drink so much water.
Well, you won't have. Your feet won't swell.
Yeah. I retain water like a woman, and if I don't drink enough
No,
water,
worse than a woman.
Worse than a woman.
I don't retain fluid like he does.
If I don't drink enough water, my body starts saving it, and my doggone legs will swell up.
It don't matter how much water you drink, you just swell.
Well, but they swell up more.
You need to ask the doctor about that.
Yeah, I do.
Because that's not normal.
Yeah, I do. So.
I want to mention this. Duncan and 1900 Homestead and Made by Heart Homestead have been talking about keto and everything, and the keto diet, which I'm not real familiar with it, which I think it's a lot to do with carbs and sugar, because she says on here she just don't eat sugar and she watches her carbs. I do want to say this. This is really working for us. We're just counting calories. Now, we're not eating bad foods just because. Now, we did. We ended up we ate at McDonald's one time, but because we're out of town and broke down. But we're trying to still eat healthy. We are eating carbs. We are eating carbs. We are eating sugar. Not a ton of sugar. Most days we don't get sugar except for our honey and the coffee. But this is working for us. Some people it might not work for.
That's true.
You may need to do the keto diet or whatever. I don't know about those different diets. But, the point is, find something that works and do it.
That's right. But I will tell you this, for long-term success, based on what I learned, I may not be a poster child for it now, but I learned a lot and was very successful in my previous fitness journey until I got injured and lost my mojo and all that. But the thing you need to aim for is long-term success. And diets, depending on, now you may have the mind frame for it. What I'm getting at is the difference between a diet and a lifestyle change. What you need for long-term success is a lifestyle change.
That's right.
And what Weight Watchers did for me when I first started trying to lose weight was it taught me portion control. I apparently forgot all about it. But it did. It taught me portion control.
Over years, we did.
But that's basically what MyFitnessPal is teaching us. It's teaching us portion control.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could eat your whole plate of mashed potatoes and gravy, and not be wise about it, or as much mashed potatoes and gravy as you could for those points, but you may or may not be full, and you're just getting all carbs, So
Weight Watchers was easier in a sense because it didn't do calories, it did points, and most of them were like single to double digit, so it was easier to do the math. But it's the same principle. And the way Weight Watchers did it, one of the things I liked about the way they did it was the foods that are better for you for lots of reasons, like green beans, they had fewer points. Now that may not have meant that they had, they may have less points than the calories that are in them are worthy of, but the idea was to train you to want to eat things that are good for you, regardless of the calories. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, I never knew I liked grapes. I've never been a grape eater, but I really like the grapes, and I've been eating. You can eat a whole cup of grapes. I think it's 80 calories or something like that. It's
which is a lot less than you get with 9 Hershey Kisses.
Yeah. I was going to say something else too.
Hey, Billy Farmer. Billy said he's a firm believer in keto diet because he feel like it saved his life. He said he'll explain more of that when he sees us in a few weeks at the Homesteaders of America. I tell you, Billy, I've heard others with similar testimonies about it, and one of my very best friends, my college roommate, Uncle Bobo, is a big believer in ketosis, and he believes it. And yeah, so we're not knocking anything. We're talking about for us.
Yeah, this is what's working right now for us. So and there's no telling. Maybe when I find out what that is, might try it too. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, we don't really know much about it, but I'm all for it too. If it works for you, by all means do it. And I know, I don't know how much you've lost, Billy, but I know Kim is dropping them like flies.
Jen at the Nut House said that when she increased her physical activity, her metabolism shot up, and she feels like she has a tapeworm. But she lost 9 pounds in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I mean, I'm walking those 2 miles or a little over 2 miles now every morning, and if I get my protein like I need to, I mean, I had plenty of energy today.
Yeah.
So I feel like my metabolism is coming back because I've always had a real strong metabolism. That's why I've never gained weight, and I ate like a horse, So.
Well, eventually, I hope to have to work it into my schedule again. I look back and think, man, I worked out for an hour and a half every day just about for 2 years, and I can't imagine that now because of my schedule. But I'd like to build a little lean muscle because lean muscle burns fat. And it also, when you build lean muscle, it also raises your metabolism. And I suffer from a low metabolism that is genetic. It comes from my daddy's mama's side. We call it, their last name was Wachter, so we call it the Wachter factor. Very slow metabolism. But back during that 2 years when I was a fitness freak, I beat that. And I talked to a friend of mine, Kirby, that is a local deputy here, was actually Mr. Canada in the bodybuilding. Mr. Canada, this guy knows his stuff. And I was telling him back then, talking to him about how much I could eat when formerly, if I even looked at whatever, and he told me, he phrased it this way, he said, you flip the switch on your metabolism. And so that switch can be flipped with
nutrition and exercise.
With nutrition and exercise and
Kim said that Billy has lost 30 pounds also.
Way to go,
and
Billy.
Blood sugar is way down.
Awesome.
That's huge. That is great.
So Deborah Rhodes says, and Deborah, you're right, I know this, and I need to do it, and sometimes I do. I keep this water bottle, or one like it, near my chair, and if I pass by in the morning, I'll grab it. She says, first thing in the morning, drink a glass of water before you do your coffee and your banana, like I was saying, or whatever. And you're right, Deborah, I don't do it every day, but... And then Sergeant Dan is telling me that water before a shower, drinking water, I assume he means drinking water before a shower helps with blood pressure. Interesting. I'd like to know more about that. What else, hon?
I think that's about it. I think that's all I had written down. Just some things that I found that helped me. I just wanted to share. If somebody is behind me, ahead of me, we can all help each other out,
Fitness at AldermanFarms.net if you have questions, and we'll be happy to try it. We're not experts,
and one thing that is, it takes preparation. It takes thought when you are counting the calories. I won't count calories forever. Once I learn my portions, but I will watch the scale, and I won't allow 20 pounds to creep on, 30. Well, really, I'm not going back to 130 though. I'm gonna stay at 140 when I get there.
See, she's fussed at me for faithfully weighing myself every morning to try to kind of keep a lid, because it's helped me not get back to 230. Because if I step on that scale and I see, I'm up 2, then I know I got to really watch it that day. But she sees, I think, the benefit of that now, you know.
I've always weighed. I've always known how much I weighed. I'm talking about when you're dieting, you get on the scale every morning to see if you lost any weight. But I understand now. I've never dieted before, okay?
But I didn't do it to see if I'd lost any
understand.
weight. I got on it just to see where I'm at, you know, because it would keep me honest and keep me on track, so to speak. So yeah, we're not experts, but you know,
No,
we
not by any means.
but we do want to help, and it's working for us. And I'll say this: it's always best to eat food prepared at home. But another good thing about either Weight Watchers or the MyFitnessPal app is, if you have to eat out, especially if it's a national restaurant or a big restaurant, their food items are probably in there already. Not in it, but you can search, you know, and and find it. So it gets easier and easier, I guess, as the database grows. Hey, Joelle.
Yeah, and it's getting easier to make my meals. I like to use my computer because there's actually a meal planner on there where you can type in your ingredients and it matches them and stuff like that. So.
All right, so Deborah
Hey,
is.
Red Duchess, I haven't spoke to them yet.
Deborah Rhodes is expanding on what Sergeant Dan was saying. She said, yes, a glass of warm water before a shower can help lower blood pressure levels in the body. Drinking a warm glass of water before taking a bath or shower serves to warm your body from the inside, resulting in the same type of circulatory system dilation that occurs on the skin's surface while you're in the shower. So
it makes your blood pressure go down?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make sure I never do that.
Yeah, Patty has low blood pressure, not as a sickness. Her blood pressure is just naturally low. She's blessed with a low blood pressure.
Well, blessed, and that does make you feel a little lethargic sometimes, but you know.
Yeah.
But I would rather have low blood pressure than high, so.
All right. Well, there's Mini Mike says to tell everybody bye. Mini Jeff agrees.
Yeah, Jen, the meal planner where you can type in your recipes, it is on there under food, and then recipes and all. But it's really worked good.
So I
for
wonder
me.
if since we stopped the stream and then started again, if it's going to post as one video or if there'll be two.
I don't know. Everybody was still here, and all the chat is still here. So.
Yeah, that's right.
know.
So maybe I guess it'll be still the same one. Well, I'm glad we came back because that gives me time that I didn't have a while ago to remind you that whether you eat, no matter how many calories, or drink, that's important though. When you're eating, are you giving God? Are you bringing God glory by what you were eating? I confess to you, many times I was not. Whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. And you can find that in context in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. So, eat to the glory of God, and that'll help you be healthy.
That's right.
If you keep that in mind, right?
That's right.
Okay, once again, bye now.
Night.